What is Arduino? Basic features of Arduino UNO, basic features of Arduino programming. Before going to the main topic, let us first know about the history of Arduino. The Arduino project started in 2003 as a program for students at Interaction Design Institute, Italy. Their main aim was to provide low-cost, easy way for students and professionals to create a device that can interact with environment using sensors and actuators. What is Arduino? Arduino is an open source hardware and software company. So open source means it is open to all. Anyone can make changes and can redistribute it by giving their names. So Arduino is an open source company that make both hardware and software. So one thing is clear, Arduino is a hardware and software company. Second, Arduino is a project and user community. So what is Arduino? Arduino is a company, it is a project, and it is a user community that design and manufacture single board microcontroller based electronic platform which can make easy to use both hardware and software. So what is Arduino? Arduino is a single board microcontroller that can sense the environment, that can take input from the environment. For example, it can be humidity, it can be temperature. So the Arduino that can sense the temperature from the environment, it can sense the humidity, it can sense the smoke or anything you want. So Arduino is used for building digital devices and interactive projects that can sense and control both physically and digitally. So you can make the interactive projects with the help of Arduino and using multiple sensors. So Arduino is not a single thing, it consists of two parts. One part is the hardware part that you are watching on screen. So this part is the hardware part. And second part is the programming environment where you will actually write the code. So in the hardware part, you can make the connections, multiple components you can attach to their input output pins. You can attach multiple sensors, you can attach multiple actuators. It can be motor, light, anything you want. So this is the hardware part where you will make physical connections. And another part is the programming environment. It is also called Arduino IDE. So here you will write the code and can upload to your hardware part. So why it is easy to use? As I have explained earlier, that with the help of hardware part you can connect multiple components to it. As you can see on a screen, the components like LED, resistor, switch is connected to the hardware part. And why it is easy to use? Because yes, by typing the code on your Arduino IDE environment, you can upload to your hardware part, yes, by using the simple USB cable. With the help of USB cable, you can upload the code to the hardware Arduino and it will start working. That's why it is easy to use. So there are different types of Arduino available in the market. The very basic is the Arduino UNO. Arduino Nano is available. LilyPad is there. Arduino Mega is there. So it all depend upon your requirement. For what application you are going to use. If you want more number of components, you need more number of input output pins, then you can go for Mega. If your project is small, you need very little components, very small components you want to attach, you can use Nano, because in Nano there are less number of pins are there. Or for basic, yes, for learning purpose, you can use Arduino UNO or Arduino Nano, any one you can choose. So basic features of Arduino UNO. So in the hardware, you can see there are number of components are attached on the Arduino hardware part. So one important one is the microcontroller. So microcontroller that is attached to the Arduino, that is 8 mega 328, and operating voltage of Arduino is 5 volt. It need 5 volt. So when we will connect the Arduino to the laptop, it will automatically get 5 volt. Next is input voltage. So input voltage we can apply from 7 to 12 volt, but it is best if you use 7 volt, 5 to 7 volt. Then it has digital input pin. 14 digital input pins are there in Arduino UNO. Please note that I am talking about Arduino UNO. In Arduino UNO there are digital input output pins are 14 and analog input pins are 6. The flash memory is of 32 KB, SRAM is 2 KB, EEPROM is 1 KB and clock speed is 16 MHz. So what are the main components of Arduino UNO? The first one is 8 mega, 16 8 and 32 8. So this is the brain of the Arduino. The program is loaded onto the chip, run main loop until the power is removed. So the program will continue to run, or we can say our project will continue to work until the power is removed. Other necessary components are 16 megahertz crystal. This is like a heartbeat of 8 mega chip. The earlier that we have discussed that 8 mega, it is like a brain of the Arduino, and 16 megahertz is the heartbeat, we can say, of 8 mega chip. So it decides the speed of the chip. The speed of crystal determines the chip speed. Next is USB chip. It allows the Arduino to communicate with other computers or your computer, only necessary for communication with the USB. So the only purpose of this is for the communication purpose. Power supply. So power supply, as we have already discussed earlier, that it requires 5 volt or 3.3 volt regulator, filtering capacitors, automatic switching between external and USB power. Let us recall this again, the hardware part. Here you can see the power pins are there. 5 volt, 3.3 volt is there. So 3.3 volt is onboard generated and 5 volt is that we are getting from the USB cable or external power supply. This is also called the jack port. Here we can attach the batteries, and this is the USB cable, USB port where we will connect the USB cable, and this red one is the reset button. Then you can see the 8 mega 16 U2. Then number of digital input output pins are there. Then this one is the 8 mega 328P microcontroller is there, analog input pins are there. So this is the hardware part. Next, let's talk about the Arduino software. The first step in programming the Arduino board is downloading and install the Arduino IDE. First, you need to install the software in your computer. The open source Arduino IDE runs on Windows, MacBooks and Linux. So you can download the Arduino software from their official website, that is www.arduino.cc. So from there you can download the Arduino IDE environment and can use for your coding. So this is the environment. programming environment. Once you download the Arduino software, so you can see this type of window on your screen. So multiple buttons are there. You can see one is for verify, upload, news, save, open. The coding area is there and serial monitor is there. So the purpose of serial monitor is you can see the output in this window. Once you will click on it, you will see the output. But first you have to verify. After writing the code, you have to verify your code. After verification, you can click on the upload button. Okay, after uploading, you can check your output using the serial monitor. So it's very easy to use. Okay, so next we have Arduino programming. So the structure of Arduino program is pretty simple. Arduino program consists of three main parts. First part is the define part. You can see this is one of the example that first part is the define part. For example, it is written int LED is equal to 13. So here we are defining, here we have defined that the LED that is connected to the 13 pin of Arduino we have already defined. So this is the define part. Here will in this section you will define the things. And second part is the preparation part. So like void setup. So this part is the preparation part. Third part is the execution part. So here you can see that void loop. This is the execution part. So there are three main parts in this Arduino programming: define part, preparation part, and execution. So each block has a set of statements enclosed in curly braces. So semicolon must be used to end the statement and to separate elements of the program. So how Arduino works? Let us compare our brain with Arduino board. Human inputs are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. These are the inputs, right? So what are the outputs? We activate arms, activate leg, activate our mouth according to the input we receive, right? Like if someone is shouting on us, what we will do? We will activate our mouth, for example, right? Something we will reply, right? Or we can activate our arms, legs according to the input we receive. So this is how the human brain work, right? In a similar way, Arduino board also work, but here the inputs are, it can be light sensor, heart rate sensor, temperature sensor, humidity sensor, smoke sensor, anything. So these are the Arduino inputs. And output can be activate LED, activate servo motor, activate buzzer, or any other actuator. Okay, so this is the similarity between human brain and Arduino. I think the things are more clear to you. So sensor inputs are there. It can be push button switch, photoresistor. Analog inputs can be potentiometer, photoresistor. Signal inputs can be temperature sensor. Software behavior will be read the sensor, make decision, take action. So this is what the Arduino will do after receiving the inputs. First it will read the sensor, then it will make the decision what I have to do after taking this input, then it will take the action. So these are the three main tasks of Arduino. So this is, we can say that it is the behavior of Arduino. First it will read, make decision, and take action. So action on output side, it can glow LED, RGB, buzzer, relay, or buzzer, or it can activate the servo motor or anything. So these are the just examples, the input sensor and action at the output side, and what are the behaviors of Arduino after taking the inputs. Thanks for watching the video.